Hello, hello, hello. Cardinals are such beautiful birds. Quite often we'll see the males um, flying through the air or on a winter day landing in the snow. And I see them all around. They're popular in where I live. But did you know that the female cardinal isn't so bright? She's brown with touches of red on the tips of her wings and tail, but just as beautiful to me. I'm going to show you how to draw a pair of cardinals. I hope you're ready. Let's go. The first thing we're going to do is draw their heads. So I'm going to start near the middle of the page and I'm going to use a raindrop shape. One for him and one for her. Then I'll add beaks with a triangle on the side and a line down the middle. Both have eyes, so I'll add an eye for her and an eye for him because this is the side view and we can't see both of their eyes. She has a black patch around her beak and he has a black patch or mask around his eyes. So his goes up and curves around, all the way around the eye. Their bodies, let's use oval shapes. Good. Then let's add tails. Almost shaped like a triangle. Almost. So the lines lean away from each other. Then I'm going to add a bumpy line underneath to connect them. A bumpy line to connect them. A bumpy line to connect. Okay? Then the wings, I'm going to start right where the head and body meet, and I'm going to make a long curved line, curves downward towards the tail, and again on this side, a long curved line, it curves downward towards the tail. Same thing for this guy. Wing curves down from the head and neck area, curves down towards the tail. Good. I tried to measure that with my eyes to see if they were about the same length, and it seems like they pretty much are. So now I'm going to start right at the middle of the body, and I'm going to make a bumpy line that goes all the way to the tip of the wing. I'm going to do that for both sides. Bumpy line from the middle of the body there. Same thing here for him. Start right about there, add the bumpy line all the way to the end, and do the same thing for his other wing. Well, there you go. I think that does it pretty much, except for coloring. These birds tend to nest in evergreens. Evergreens are trees that have needles instead of leaves. So I'm going to draw evergreen needles around as a border. And I just use this leaning line and it leans towards the middle going down. Evergreens stay green in winter when all the other leaves on the deciduous trees fall to the ground. And so those are the kinds of trees that we see quite often. So the cardinals probably nest in those trees because they still have cover on them and they can be protected from the wind and things like that, and their nest can be safe. If they were to put their nest in a tree that had leaves on it and the leaves fall off, they're just exposed. They're just all out there. All right, let's see. I'm going to make this one more right here. Yes, these birds don't migrate. They hang around and you can see them in wintertime. You can see them in the snow. Isn't that beautiful? That was just a nice touch for adding a few details. And yes, they do like winter and they don't mind the snow. So I'm going to draw some little snowflakes falling all around them. Some snow. And actually, I'm going to add snowflakes that look like that. I'm just going to put an X with a line across for a simple snowflake design, as well as the little circles that I added. So I just make an X and put a line through it. Okay, that's good. And so this cardinal, the cardinal is just red. I think they're beautiful, and if you've ever heard the noises that they make, it's beautiful too. They like seeds, and I've seen them in my garden after my sunflowers have died, and if I leave the sunflowers out there long enough, they'll come for the seeds. In the winter, I hear you could put seeds out for them and even fruit. Yes, they like fruit. So red is a color for the male. The males are just a really bright red color. I also have noticed that there are many species of animals where the male has the brighter colors. It's so that they can show off and attract a mate. Okay, his mask is black. And she has black here too, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. I'm going to use orange for the beaks. And so she has a little bit of red on the tips of her wings, so I'm just going to add a little red here and a little red here on these wings and some on the tip of her tail. And then she is brown. She's a light brown, so I'm not going to color too heavily with this crayon. I'm going to keep it light. She's beautiful too. I love the pointy feathers they have on their heads. I believe it's called a crown. Very pretty. So the females are mostly brown. That's probably a good thing. They can hide, cover that nest sitting in the tree and keep those eggs safe. There's a reason for everything in nature. There's a reason for everything. A good reason. And there we have it. A pair of cardinals, male and female, boy and girl. And it's a wonderful sight to see, especially when the weather gets colder, that these birds have hung around and give us these flashes of color as they fly around our yards and neighborhoods. So enjoy this drawing. I hope you had fun. I went back on this one and colored a little bit of blue in my background around the snow. Have fun with this and come back and see me again.